Happy NaNoWriMo, everybody, and happy writing glimmers, Nano23. It's great to see you. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing great. It's kind of a moving around the room with Soul Writer episode. One of them there episodes where I'm, up and mobile. So, also, thank you. Let me just say right up front, thank you for getting this channel to 700 and more subscribers. So over on the community tab, almost like 40 plus of you, my highest poll vote yet to date, thank you very much, went ahead and gave a feedback that you wanted a tour of my crystal collection. We're moving in a few weeks. I'm not packing that up until basically it's the last thing I want to pack in this office, and you're going to see why during the course of this video. And I guess this is my admitting I'm a witchy type person video more so than ever. So let's get a tour of my crystal collection. Labradorite, tiger's eye, and more. Oh goodness indeed. Triforces and nerdy references included. Rocket time. Welcome on back, everybody. So we're going to go ahead and switcheroonie the camera around and give you all the bird's eye view. So my office has kind of changed in layout. A client I work for sent me a computer to use to work from on their behalf. So I have a work desk for what is basically my day job right now. Welcome to what I do in between doing other stuff on my actual business computer. I guess I can rightfully call that computer now. But I do and have been keeping my crystal collection in two places about the office. My sacred space, which I keep over here. It's an east-facing window. Yes, I'm that nerd. If you know the direction of the sunrise and whatnot, that was on purpose as far as choosing. And as you can see, I have a little assortment of everything here. I'm going to go over that towards the end because there's some special stuff underneath that I might get a little teary-eyed talking about. Anywho, let's start over here with my chunkier pieces, shall we? So, I did mention Triforces, so we'll get my Triforces out of the way. This was the first big hunk of labradorite. Let me see if I can get the camera to play nice for us, that I did purchase for myself that wasn't like a tumbled piece of labradorite. You can see it has a little bit of blue flash in it there. Let you have an up close look at it as well. My husband and I have gone to a gem show called the Gem Miners Jubilee, I believe it is, in PA now a couple of times. We've done basically a year's worth of the circuit. They have 3 different events between 2 different locations. 2 of the 3 events take place in the same spot. And I got this one my first time there solely because literally it called to me and I was like, oh my god, it's a Triforce. And I went back to the stand 5 times and I was like, that's it, I gotta buy it now. I gotta buy it. So it was my first, I would say, expensive purchase. I think this one I spent like 35. So at a gem show, trade show, that's a fair price. That's a fair price. Also, this was the most recent piece of labradorite I've purchased. It doesn't have as much flash to it, as you can tell. It's taking a lot of moving to get any of it to really pick up any kind of light there. But I loved that it was a little bit lighter color to a degree. It was about the same price. And for now, my third Triforce piece is my huge hunk of amethyst. I love this piece. Some of you might recognize this from past videos in our old place. I've had this one for a while. I love this piece so much. I mean, I love amethyst. Why not? It's a gorgeous one. It needs cleaned up. I know. I'm just saying it's a little dusty. They will need a cleaning. I have a nice chunk of citron. I mean, these are 3 stones I think any creator or author should have in their repertoire. Some malachite. Yes, I have it because it has a face. I has it because he has a face. Specifically, if you know Studio Ghibli, Kodama. That's a Kodama face. Another worry stone, I guess you could call this, or a pocket stone. It's a hunk of labradorite, of course. It's the writer's stone. I think this is aquamarine or adventurine. I want to say it's green adventurine. I got this tower along with those 3 labradorite towers. Or not labradorite, goodness. Lapis lazuli. I should know my stones, goodness. Towers when I went hunting for Kickstarter items for the spring show back when I was looking for Kickstarter stones. These were only, I think this one was $5. And I think those ones together were $15. These, of course, are angel quartz. And yes, that's another angel quartz. Rose quartz is another thing I've heard it called. And then, of course, smoky quartz is over here to balance those two out. And a money ball is what this is called. It is made of jade. And the reason why for those, well, I watched way too much Labyrinth as a kid, and yeah, I was a theater nerd in college. Most of us learned how to juggle as a secondary skill. And most of us learn how to do the hand juggling thing that Jareth does. No, I can't do it no more. Don't ask me. The carpal tunnel hates me enough as it is, okay? I know I have a... Aha! My tiger's eye is over there. I said labradorite, tiger's eye, beautiful crystals. Let's go to tiger's eye, shall we? We're going to go to my sacred space. And to my sacred space we shall go. So, I do change out that... slogan there, and don't at me. Yes, it's a sentence strip. I was a K-12 educator. It works, and it's just up there being held by paper clips because if you're in K-12, you know that sometimes window blinds double as a bulletin board when you need space for activities. Okay, you're welcome. Anyway, so of course I have my favorite little tapestry at current. I am probably going to be getting a second one. I got this from my favorite local metaphysical shop, La Lune Metaphysical. And speaking of La Lune, I have epic news coming up about them that I can't share anytime soon, but teaser. So the sacred space itself proper, I'm not going to talk too much about everything that's on it because it is sacred to me. Now this I'm sharing with you solely because it's going to probably get rearranged with the move and get recalibrated, just like it did from what you saw a year ago in past videos. It was a little different. As you can tell, I'm hoarding candles where I basically lose the wick to repurpose them with new wicks after we move. But I have a couple of key things here. First and foremost, I keep this cup here to hold some rings that I normally wear on a daily basis because, well, we often forget that our jewelry is made with stones. So if I can clear regular stones, why not my jewelry? So I do clear the bad energy and whatnot out of my jewelry from time to time, and currently, well, Salven just happened, so they're still sitting there. I have some good hopes for things to come in the future, and that's why they were sitting there. So I think that's a kind of typical practice across cultures, though, for holidays to do stuff like that with family pieces anyway. So I do have a piece of tiger's eye necklace among other stones in here that I love. It's a mixed necklace. Some of you have seen me wear this on lives This belongs actually originally to Cody's grandmother. We lovingly call her Mine. She's the other self-publishing author in the family. I've actually read a couple of her reaccounts of her life that she retells as short stories. I imagine some events are loosely woven in there to make the plot work, but she's given me this. I also wear a turquoise ring. Where is that ring? It's here. On my right hand that belonged to her all the time. So I'm trying to find someone who can help me take care of maybe filling the crack in kintsugi style, which, if you know, that's where in Japanese culture where they refill with gold. So I'm trying to find someone who will fix that for me the way I wish. And I keep her necklace and jewelry there when I'm not wearing it. I do have a bunch of odd and end crystal necklaces in here and things that I keep also just to have on handy for live streams right quick. You all have been seeing me wear my birthday present from the Cheesecake Man on the routine lately, my labradorite all-seeing Eye of Ra. And then underneath I keep something very, very special. I'm gonna have to kneel down for this one. Hold on. Okay. I think we've used every angle of this room the entire time I've worked from it. Well, this room has been a blessing to grow this business, hasn't it? Thank you all for being here. We've doubled in size since about a year ago, it feels like. I couldn't do this without all of y'all. So let me talk about somebody who I don't talk about an awful lot. There's two people. One, I'm going to tell you about little dude called Clive Jr. This is Clive Jr., everybody. Clive, the original Clive, OG Clive, now I think still resides with my eldest niece, Sammy, in North Carolina. My eldest brother, George, who unfortunately was unalived by someone sitting where he belongs to right now, put it that way, was an amazing guy. He was a trucker, and he became a trucker because he loved to travel. He literally used to say, I have the best job ever. I literally get paid to go sightseeing for my whole life. Love it, love it, love it. But unfortunately, it took him away from his kids a lot. So when I was little, before his kids really came along, his eldest son is 4 years my junior. So that's how big of an age gap there is between me and their dad. 20 plus years. We both were not planned. We were bookends, no pun intended, with me being as bookish as I am and him as bookish as he was not. But as bookends, we're very similar in many, 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 many ways. I'm kind of the female darker version of my brother George in some regards. Humor is very the same. We both love to tell stories. We love to make people laugh. We love to make people feel better. But before his kids came along, there was this orangutan called Clive, who was kind of a bigger version of Clive Jr. minus the sweater. Clive used to be George's riding buddy when he was out on the road doing long haul trucking. Mind you, he was 22 when I was born. So he had a solid start to his life, and I always wanted Clive growing up, but rightfully so. Clive went to his daughter when she finally came here. Samantha is his fourth child. He has, those 4 kids have a younger half sister from his second wife, but Sammy, I believe, still has Clive, and I get to chill with Clive Jr. I found him in a box when I was unpacking, packing to pack. And I'm very glad to have him. He's been a big comfort. But there's something that came back to me a little bit before I lost my brother George. If I cry, I'm sorry. So the waterworks may show up from here onward. This is my dad's pocket watch that he wore every day. There's one other. It was the first nice Christmas present I ever bought for him when I was an adult. He passed away from lung cancer the year I was to graduate with my bachelor's degree from college. My dad was he was 70 years old, going on 71. And when we hit 700, those were the two people who I wanted to tell more than anyone. So thank you all for cheering me on. Because, trust me, if both of them were here, you think the Cheesecake Man shows up in the chats to cheer you all on, they would be there too. As a matter of fact, I bet you they're there with us every Friday night and every Saturday morning, cheering us on, because they were lovers of making people smile. And I know that carries on in my writing. And honestly, thank you all for being my writing family in many ways. Thank you for being here during a rather stressful move. I'm not talking about it because 'tis stressful. And I don't really want to share details until I have them to share at this point. We're in that mode with it. So, but I didn't mean to go this kind of waterworksy. Geez, let's clean it up a little bit, Soul Writer, and bring that mood back up. Catch you in a moment. Okay, we're a little bit better. The puffiness takes forever to go away, okay? I'm that kind of Irish. When I cry, the face goes red. Sorry, that's not going to change. But so, yeah. Thank you for being here to continue to spread the kind of joy and laughter in the world that those two guys really did try to bring to my life as a kid. Y'all are rockin' Nano, man. I mean, it's going to be a couple of days that you all get this after I record it. I'm about 10% through. Can't believe it. I finally found Micah's voice. You have a vlog coming out on that later this week. And just thank you all. Thank you for being here for my journey. And thank you for everything you do to continue to show up for yours. Take care of yourself. You've always been worth it.